Hello, everybody. My name is Frigid Hyperion, and welcome back to the Wilds of Wildemount campaign. We are currently in session 41, and we're coming back to part 2. Emily, take it away.
I wanted to give another big thank you to Homie and the Dude and their Sky Zephyrs Kickstarter. Check it out in the descriptions wherever you're watching this. In the meantime, um, as you reach out, as you approach the dead tree that was sitting there before you, it remains motionless, completely still. And as you approached, it's completely indistinguishable from a dead tree. And as you approach, you see a huge gaping maw open up and branches are reaching out, roots moving with intention to devour. It is going to take you all by surprise and attack with its multi-attack. Its first branch is going to reach out to you, Brian. Holy
Whoa!
fuck!
For fuck's sake.
I'm sorry,
Okay,
that's rough, but
Crit.
yeah,
Can I still rebarbs that crit?
Oh my
yeah, you can.
god!
You
I
can
still
still rebarbs
rebarbs.
it, and that makes it disadvantage, right?
No, it rolls a d20.
Whatever 2d20s it already rolled and take the lowest.
Okay, so it would be the 26, right?
No,
You have to roll one
it
more.
rolls one more.
Oh,
And yeah, it rolls one more, and then
Of the
Edward
three.
gets to choose which
You
one
take
it
the lowest out
chooses.
of
okay. Sorry. Let me. Advantage toggle.
Just
So I'm just. You
Yeah.
have to give me a second. It takes a second to adjust everything.
Oh,
The 28.
motherfucker!
26, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
That hits.
with a 26 is 18 bludgeoning damage.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Its another branch reaches out. Hold on, let me.
by the way.
Sorry,
What?
I tried to click my character and I clicked off of the game. Give me a second to actually deal 8 damage to my character.
18?
Yes. 18.
It's going to reach out with another branch and grab at you, Moonsick. That is within 15 feet. 5, 10, 15, yep. You, Moonsick. That's a 25
Yeah, that hits.
for 19 bludgeoning damage.
I'm
As
going to do Uncanny Dodge and take half of that.
okay.
Cool. 9
It is also going to take it's going to move. Well, I guess that's 5, 10, 15. So, kind of blocking its path.
Yeah, it can't move through my space.
So in that case, it's going to reach out with its grasping root to you, Brine, and it's going to try to grapple you. An 11 misses.
Yes.
It's going to do it again for a 14.
Also misses.
Ooh.
So those are where all the low rolls are going. And
I mean, it rolled 4 all above 15, and then those 2.
I know, that's what I was saying.
Yeah.
Like, that's where all the low rolls were going.
Yep.
14 misses as well, yes?
Yep.
Then it's Soren at the top of the round.
Cole technically isn't taking up an entire space, right?
No, Cole's floating above the air. You can walk underneath him.
Okay, upon casting this, I immediately can use it, right?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
No.
Not very useful.
Okay. He is going to use, I don't know, 15, 20 movement. Doesn't, either way, it's less than 30. He's gonna move up to the front next to Brian. He is going to cast. Yeah, he's gonna cast Aura Vitality, and then he's going to use his bonus action to wild shape into childish form, like in English, chalice form, and
Okay.
that will end his turn.
Okay, and remind me, can you just send Aura to Vitality to chat?
Aura Vitality spells.
You can use a bonus action to heal someone within 30 foot of you for 2d6. Yep.
Okay. Edward.
Wait, it's my turn. Let's see. Looking at the turn order, Moonsick is next, but he also has advantage, so I'm not going to have Cole help him. I'm gonna move the Unseen Servant up here because I think it would be funny to have a third body blocker that it has to expend a third attack in order to remove from combat.
Except it's incorporeal, so technically it doesn't know it's there.
It doesn't know it's there, but it does take up its
heal
space.
block and wake people up. It can do stuff like feed people potions and like block people and do, all of that kind, or like.
Right,
like,
but it doesn't know it's there, so it's not going to attack it.
Oh, okay. But then it can't move through
That's
it, right?
insanely broken for us.
Yes, I
Is
know.
it not? Can
Movement
it?
is
Can it
insane.
not? I mean, it's
It
incorporeal. It's not a
takes up
real
its-
thing.
It takes up its space, I believe.
I don't
It
think.
takes up a space.
Like, I mean, I don't know, but either way, it doesn't know
It's unseen servant, invisible, mindless, shapeless force.
like
In an
it
occupied
definitely.
space, can't attack. Drops to its. It's not incorporeal at all. I don't
Well,
know
it
where you
definitely.
got that from. It's
Well, it
invisible and
definitely.
shapeless.
Okay, well, okay, invisible and shapeless. The blight cannot see it.
It's
Right,
invisible. Well, it doesn't have blind sense. It's
does, but it does take up its space,
Yeah.
right?
So
So
it can body block and can
yeah.
prevent movement.
Oh, it does
through
have
that.
blind sight. Okay, well, either way, it doesn't matter.
Literally,
Please.
it's
Also, you can
water.
attack
Just put
things
it
that are
there.
invisible if you
Just-
bump into them.
Okay, wonderful. Continue with your turn, Rocky.
All right, perfect. I'm going
Change
to
much.
spend action to fireball because I am a wizard and therefore I must.
Uh,
All right, where are you placing your
Aim it
fireball?
way back here so that only the tree gets hit by it and nobody from my team.
isn't that inside the wall?
Yep,
Wait, is that in the wall?
you can't make it inside the wall. Yeah.
The farthest point from us that you could make it
Is
would be
this
like
corner
here.
right here.
There we
Right
go.
there? That would still hit Soren or the servant, right? So
Well, no, it's technically out of the range.
out of the-
Technically,
okay,
because
fine, no
remember.
fireball. Change of plans.
Well, no, fireball is fine. Look at it. See the guided mark? It's out of the. That's fine. Well, I
It would
guess
still hit
technically,
still hit the
technically it would
serpent.
hit Soren.
Also, it would
it'll-
hit me
It would hit-
because circles are squares in D&D.
Right,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
that's no. Remember, because it has to be over 50%. That's what the guided line is for.
All right, you know
Oh,
what?
I
Good
see.
enough. I'm gonna move here. I'm gonna cast catapult, and I'm gonna catapult oil at it.
Did you not? So you didn't want to do the fireball?
No fireball.
You can do it in this space and not target your party.
It'll hit the servant. I'm good with that. I'm just gonna catapult oil in it, and then fireball it later when it's wet with oil.
Okay, so you're not doing fireball. You're doing catapult.
Deck save. Yeah, flask
Okay.
of oil.
Save. Deck save.
Assuming its dex is terrible because it's a big tree.
11.
That does not make it.
Okay. Coating it in oil, which I'm going to mark.
13 damage. Bludgeoning.
Mark with. We'll mark it with this. It's not poisoned. I just want to
It's-
mark it
yeah.
so that I remember that it's covered in oil. And you said it takes 13 damage.
13 bludgeoning.
Okay.
Yep. That's my turn.
Okay.
Yep.
Moonsick, it is your turn.
Moonsick, you have advantage on your next attack because of regards.
Yay.
Or next roll.
In that case, then, I'm not going to worry about trying to go through the unseen servant, also considering that I don't want to be in that corner of the room now. He's going to move up here, and he's going to attack first with Grudge, of course, so advantage.
Thirteen misses.
What the fuck?
You have nothing else, eh?
I can attack
Alright,
with
no.
Ghost Eye. I don't know how the
Yeah, that one will be a flat roll.
Yep, I'm aware.
11 misses as well.
That is unlucky.
Marshall problems.
Marshall.
Thanks.
Anything else with your turn?
Nope.
Bonus action?
Bonus action dodge.
Oh, it's multi-attack.
No, yeah, I used a multi-attack. I can't.
Wind chime, it is your turn.
Yep. How do I move?
You can move.
I know, I'm trying to. Oh, I'm selecting the door. Okay. Yes, I want to cast Spirit Guardians,
Okay.
and
My recommendation is that to move closer to it.
yes, I want to
And
do
you
Spirit
cast it.
Guardians and Spiritual Weapon.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well, you
do
can't do
both
them in the same
of
turn because they're
Alright.
2 leveled spells.
Okay. Okay, I'll just do Spirit. The Spiritual Guardians and move closer.
Okay. Do you want to move here?
Yeah, is that close enough to like have them
Yep.
attack?
Yep. It's close enough to hit it.
Okay.
Okay, so go ahead and roll your Spirit Guardians. If it makes a wisdom save.
Is that? Oh,
That's fine. Roll 3.
no, I just didn't.
Okay, perfect. So wisdom save.
Oh,
That is a
boy.
failure. So
That is really low for a
How wise
failure.
could it possibly be?
yeah, it is. But that is 7. So 1 plus 2 plus 4. So 7. Brian, it is your turn.
All right. Well, if we're all gonna just stand here in melee for some reason,
Good game.
Stab it.
I'm going to cast Armor of Agathis, giving myself 15 temporary HP points. And
So, okay.
I know
yes.
it's temporary. I'm assuming I'll get hit.
Okay.
If I don't get hit again, I know it does more than 15 damage, which is why I'm doing this way. If I don't get hit again, I'll reduce it by 15 at the end. I will summon my tentacle back here.
Okay.
I'm just gonna send Armor of Agathis into the chat. And with my lovely little tentacle, I will slap it.
Okay.
20 to hit.
20 hits. 20 hits.
7 damage.
7 damage.
And it is slowed. Not that that matters.
It's a tree that
Okay.
hit me. Cold blood.
It is now the tree blight's turn. It's going to reach
Bro, that's
out.
cold damage if it matters.
Yeah, I know. Sorry, I don't mean to. Yes, it's cold damage. Thank you. It's going to reach out for you, Brian, because you were the one right in front of it. With its grasping root. Does a 21 hit?
Just barely.
You are now grappled. I can.
It's gonna take 15 damage.
Okay. Just so you are aware. Grappled. Oh, it's stunned. Whatever. You know it's grappled.
Yeah.
And you also. There you go. You take 10. That's what I need to do. Okay.
Fuck.
You take 10 damage. 10 bludgeoning damage.
Oh, nice. Hell yeah.
And then it is
Armor of
going.
Agathis is still up.
Okay. It's going to reach out with a branch to hit you, Moonzik. For 19.
That hits.
For 19 bludgeoning damage.
Uncanny dodge 10 or 9.
Didn't you just use it?
Yeah, you just used it.
That was
Yeah.
The first-
that was when it took its first turn.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I would
So-
argue because it just went like it was an entire turn for us before it went again. I would say I'd
Sure.
be able to.
I will go with it. Sure. I'm fine with that. Will make sense to me. It's technically, I would say it's a surprise round, so that's a separate round. So, then
Oh, that is every round. What? Okay.
it's
Yeah.
rogues.
Yeah,
It's
I
going
thought that was a
to-
one-time use.
It's a reaction.
Yeah.
It's
that's a damn
going
good
to
reaction.
attack. It's going to attack Soren with grasping root.
Because if I wasn't able to make
20
it every
hit.
round, Moonzik would be on the ground right now.
Mm-hmm.
You take 11 bludgeoning
Oh.
damage, and you are grappled. What is the? I don't know what the grapple. I don't know which one's the grappled. Whatever. That grappled. The fist makes sense to me. And you take 11 bludgeoning damage, and then it's going to reach out with its final. Well, it's not technically its final multi-attack. But it's going to reach out with its other branch to attack you, Windchime.
Mhm.
Does a 25 hit for 17 bludgeoning damage.
Fuck!
And it's going to use its bonus action to make a bite attack against Brian.
Oh. Ooh.
Does it say bite attack? I think that's a
It
mistype.
does say. Can
Says
also
bite.
make
Maybe
a
it's a
bite
branch
attack.
attack.
No, it
It's-
says bite.
I understand,
Oh,
but it doesn't
oh,
have
okay,
it doesn't
gotcha.
have a bite attack. It was supposed to be a
Okay.
branch attack. That was my mistake.
Gotcha.
Copy and paste. With a branch attack for 21 to hit
Just barely.
for 20 damage.
Okay, so that'll pop my shield, and it'll also take another 15 damage.
Okay. Alrighty. Soren, it is your turn. And
what's
by the way,
Soren?
you are grappled. At the start of each of its turns. Until the grapple ends, the target takes. Yes, so you're gonna take. Would you rather roll or take the average?
Wait, what's? I'm sorry. What?
Because you're gonna take damage, bludgeoning damage, because you are currently grappled. Would you like me to roll the 1d6 plus 6, or would you rather take the average of 9?
If you can survive, take the average of 9. It's
Yeah, I'll take
0.5
the
better.
average of 9.
Consistency is
Yeah.
key.
Okay, so that's gonna go apply to everybody. It's gonna be the average.
Okay.
And just like that,
Um,
you lose the party.
All right, Soren, it is your turn. You are currently grappled. You can make you could try to make an escape DC of a DC 15 strength or athletics.
Athletics or acrobatics. Your
Athletics.
choice.
I needed to make a.
It spends your
Uh,
action though, so you do lose your action if you do that, and you do also.
You do lose your action.
And I'm sorry,
did
only
take damage,
athletics?
so that is
Is this
the
not
Oh no,
regular grappling rules?
it is regular grappling rules. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Also, you did take damage. That's a con save on your aura
Yep.
vitality.
Thank you. Con save.
It's wisdom, right? No, con
No,
save.
it's a
What
con
am I-
save.
Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba.
Succeeds. You're good.
Okay, so he and this thing make a dex saving throw, please. Thank you.
4.
Fairy fire.
Fairy
I can put
fire?
that in chat as well.
Okay. Please,
Yep.
always
Ooh, that's a
always
19.
just put your stuff
That's
into
a
chat,
cantrip,
please.
so it doesn't do half damage.
That passes anyway.
Yeah, that's can. Yeah. Oh wait, no, that's not cantrip. Level 1.
Okay.
Tropic
Well,
cube.
for his bonus action, he's gonna use his aura vitality to. There's a lot of.
Wait.
Okay.
Fairy fire takes concentration. That overrides your aura vitality.
Yeah,
so
I was
you
just
don't have
thinking.
to-
Up to 1 minute though.
No,
it's
yeah,
Oh,
concentration
It would fuck my
override.
concentration on it.
On
Yeah.
Aura Vitality because they both are concentration spells. You only have one concentration. And
Has to be
please
another-
don't drop
Oh.
concentration. I will die if you do.
Okay.
So yeah, you don't have aura vitality anymore. You have a fairy fire.
Or I'm gonna let you because you were confused. You can also choose not to do the fairy fire and keep concentration on the aura vitality.
Yeah, I would prefer the aura.
Didn't you also say that you wild shaped as your thing? As your
He,
bonus action?
into
Sorry, for-
chalice space.
You
He's
can't cast
fine.
wild shape, right?
Into
Wild shape does not
chalice
take-
form.
Oh,
He used a charge of his wild shape.
okay.
I'll just fuck it. I'll just can I? No, I can reach Brian, right?
Yeah.
Brian is right next to you, yeah, within 30 feet too.
Yeah.
For your
Okay.
aura
Even
vitality.
though I'm grappled, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, grappling doesn't
Okay.
stop target.
He's gonna reach out to Brian and like not grab at her, but like set a hand on her shoulder, and he's gonna level 2 cure wounds.
Okay, roll for that.
Take that slot. Yeah, that's this. Cure wound. Where is this on my? At level 2. That's 9 healing plus another. That's another 6 plus.
So technically, see when it says higher level cast, that's the extra.
Oh, so it's 9
for
plus
you.
5 plus 6 plus.
No.
No, just
What's
a
the
9
plus
plus
6 for?
five.
It should be just the
The
5
6
plus
is
9.
for my chalice form.
Okay,
When
yeah.
I got spell that restores healing points, it's a 1d8 plus 4, so that's another plus 4, so that's 24 healing.
Yeah.
And I also no, that is my.
That's your action.
That's your action.
Nope, that's so
Yep.
for my bonus action.
You
which I
could
still
heal
have.
me to full and
I
heal
am-
yourself.
I'm
Because I
gonna
think
yeah.
Chalice allows you to choose who gets that healing.
Well, I chose you for that healing. but I'm gonna use my bonus action for Aura of Vitality for a 2d6 to heal myself. So that's I gotta go back to spells.
And
for
I believe
fun.
Chalice applies on every stack of healing you do, yeah?
Is it once per turn? It is.
You're the one with the character
know the
sheet.
When you cast a spell that restores. No, so it's not once per turn, so I could use that as well. Okay.
It's that.
Is it when you cast though?
Oh, it's when you cast a spell that restores. So I don't
Hit
think it works
point-
on Aura
No,
of
no,
Vitality.
no. That's when you cast. Although you did miss out on 1d8 when you first plus your wisdom
Well, I
modifier.
didn't use
when
it.
you
I didn't use
first
it to
cast it.
heal.
Yeah,
when I
but it's
first casted it.
still a spell that gives HP.
Okay, interesting. Anyway, I can't roll for that, so I have to
Too
do it
late.
manually. So that's +8 for me.
Okay.
And that'll be his turn.
Okay. Edward, it's your
Mhm.
turn.
All right. This right here, because I can. Cole is okay. So unseen servant, I can do this, right?
Yeah.
Actually, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna move it back. Does it take an opportunity attack? I need to know if it has blind sense or tremor sense.
It can't.
It does have blind
Mm.
sense.
Okay, it can take
Oh.
an opportunity attack.
Well, we don't know its range. It might not be able to because if
It's
it has a
5
range of 10 feet.
That is true, actually. You're right. I'm just
It
gonna
has a
fireball
range of
him.
50. Wait, it has a range of 15 feet, so technically it can. When you move, it can hit you with its branch.
As long as you were
So,
leaving its
15.
range, but I
Oh,
don't
it's
think
it's
you
still in
ever
range.
left its range.
No, it's still within range. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, so that's why halberds and other polearms with 10 feet don't trigger as many opportunity attacks. Anyway, I'm gonna fireball it back here, so everything around here is going to take 8d6 fire. Well, deck save first. I'm gonna force a portent on the deck save. I know, for judging from what I saw earlier on the roll, it does not have a good dex, right? It has a +0, so I'm just gonna force an 11 on the fireball.
So you force it to fail.
I force it to fail.
Roll your damage.
All right, come on. Oh wow, that is a terrible roll. A 28.
You see a huge
average.
fireball erupts.
Doused in
And it's doused in oil, so you do get an extra d6.
Oh,
Hey, on 6
3.
or 3 average.
31 damage total.
Well,
Does it
blah,
have
blah,
like weakness to fire, vulnerability to fire damage?
I cannot tell you that, but it, based off of looking at it, it doesn't seem to be any more affected than anything else.
All right, fair enough. I trust that Moonzik has sneak attack, good sneak attack, but I'm still going to use the help action on Cole.
So that will give me advantage. Hopefully this time I hit.
Hopefully this time you hit.
And I'm going to be attacking with grudge with advantage because more damage.
More damage.
Yeah, that
26
that
hit.
hit.
that hits.
I hope that hits. Oh, okay. I hope that hits.
11 damage.
With sneak attack.
With sneak attack. I keep forgetting sneak attack.
Oh!
Wow, look at that.
10 more damage. And then
21?
you're
So 21.
21 plus 31 damage. We just dealt 52 damage in 2 attacks.
Yep.
You
well,
did.
that's a
Nice
certified
job.
rogue moment. That's a rogue
It went
moment.
from a off green to a dark orange.
Hmm.
Moonzik grapples? He's not
I
grappling.
still have another
Moonzik, what else is your
attack.
turn? You do. I'm sorry I moved it.
I am going to use Ghost Eye to try and attack the... Does it have to be slashing damage specifically to release them?
No. You can't
With the
somebody
Yes,
else
it does.
grapple with them.
It does have to be slashing.
Damn. I'll just use Ghost Eye to make another attack then.
Wait, do daggers not have the option to use
Does
blast?
Not-
not have
It's
that.
piercing.
It's
his
piercing.
yeah.
It's piercing.
Oof.
I know, weird. Also, I would like to point out Brian can literally free everyone.
15 hits.
Okay. It
Everybody?
teased a fucking
Oh,
20,
yeah.
though.
I would like to point that out.
8 damage.
Mhm.
Okay.
Mass damage.
Alrighty, Wind Chime, it is your turn.
I'm gonna cast my spiritual weapon
Okay?
right over here.
Don't Spirit
so-
Guardians also go off?
Oh,
It
yeah.
goes off on the
It-
Tree Blight's turn.
Then you missed
Which
it.
we missed on the last time.
Yeah,
'Cause-
Okay.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
So we can just do it now, but it needs to make a wisdom save.
It's a tree. How wise could it possibly be?
Okay, with a 10 that fails, please roll me 3d8.
Fuck him up. Max damage. Come on.
Beat his ass.
Ooh.
Oh,
That's really, really good.
That's
Okay.
a lot of damage.
That's
You
pretty-
see that that seemed to hurt it pretty bad.
Don, I need to know. Did you say eat or beat?
Go
Not
ahead
the-
and attack with your spiritual
Yeah,
guardian.
so-
Not
think
the
it's
question we want to
loading.
ask, Rocky. God.
No, your spiritual guardian
weapon.
weapon. Wow, sorry, I'm getting everything all mixed up.
Max damage, baby.
15 just hits. Yep.
Oh, okay. Now we know it's AC.
For
Yeah.
10 force damage. How do you want to do this?
Yeah.
The crab snips off all its leaves.
Well, it didn't really have any leaves to begin with, but pruning this this tree blight
You give it a really bad haircut.
into oblivion.
You
You see the body of the tree blight lies before you as it seems to almost crumble into dust before only leaving a pile of ash behind.
Oh. What? No looting this time around, then?
Well, it is a tree. They don't tend to have much on them.
Yeah, I mean, this one was
Well, I'm
already
not
pretty
so
cool.
sure.
How do you have Soren? You are currently healed
worry about
above
it.
your max. That I
Yep,
do
don't
worry
worry about
about
it. I'm fixing it. I'm fixing it.
Don't worry about it. I want to have 1,000,000 HP.
It's not loading.
Temporary hit points. That's what it is.
It's like one of those moments where you accidentally alter the denominator number
Yeah.
in your health bar.
Whoops. Accidentally casted.
When you take more medicine than you need.
Yeah.
Brian's gonna like go searching through the ash, see if there's like a magical crystal or anything.
Roll me an investigation check.
Hell yeah. You're still blue. Dabu dee dabu
Working
da.
on it. There we go. I got it. Don't worry about it.
Investigation.
You
And
see-
while we're all
18.
go ahead.
As yeah, okay. You scour through the ash, and you pull out a handful, 5 seeds, of blight seeds, about the size of a walnut.
Ooh.
I'll go
We can
ahead
take
here.
these back and have them identified later when we finish exploring this little dungeon.
Yeah, I'm just
I
gonna
just
add
sent
it
it to
to-
you.
Little baby blights.
Okay. Um,
While we're all kind of standing there with Jake chilling, Soren's gonna kind of go around and give everyone kind of top health with Aura Vitality still activated before dropping both Aura Vitality and Starry Form.
I mean, he has the time, yeah.
yeah, absolutely.
Have the time, and it doesn't take spell slots, so everyone's max health now.
Woo!
Okay, so can we just say that Chalice is one of... I didn't realize how good Chalice Druid is.
Druid of the Stars, I think you mean.
Yeah, I'm talking specifically the Chalice form, because it's normally suboptimal to heal during combat, but oh my god. Like, just the raw numbers there. Like, I was down at 8, and you put me back up to 38. Like, really quickly.
Okay. With that, having dusted off the seeds and sliding them into your pocket, you all look around each other and around.
Well, no reoccurring fear. Every tree we pass by will try and ambush us and eat us.
No.
Typical.
Like
Should we
a
go look
angry.
at...
I mean, trees shouldn't be in the dark like this one was. They need sunlight.
Then again, we also have a stump of a tree that's in a cave, which isn't typical.
Do those
Well-
things come from the Feywild?
Blight trees? DM? Do blight trees come from the Feywild?
They definitely exist there, but only in some of the darkest corners and the areas that of the Feywild that are latent with corruption and dark magic.
Well, clearly
Not
where we
more
went to,
so
there was...
than... would it also be true that blight trees exist here in the same kind of areas?
True.
So then I'm gonna say, not more so than here. It's more a sign of corrupted magic.
Oh, that's a good sign.
Right? Let's continue. Checking around the room, see whether it was guarding something, anything fun, or whether we just got too curious and got murked.
It doesn't appear
think
to there be too terribly much in this room. Just two braziers that are still magically crackling in the corners. Those same roots that have been present throughout the entire cavern so far still push up out of the walls and descend into the tile floor, leaving those cracks in the wake.
Well, let's continue. Brian's going to replenish her spell slot loss with her staff.
Okay.
Well, I think we should continue investigating.
Yeah?
What is there left to investigate?
I mean, the hallway down in the south, I believe.
I think that loops.
Yeah.
I think that loops back around to the entrance, but
It's
We
May.
can't know for sure unless we've been there.
Making your way,
downtown.
walking fast.
Just wipe down
Jesus
to
passed.
Tomato Town.
Uh,
What is going on outside?
Keeping our eyes peeled for trapdoors, just traps and hidden rooms.
mhm.
Because Loot Goblin.
That's
You do, however, see a entrance to the east.
Oh, this way.
Oh, this, yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna send my servant down there. I sense a trap. Or I have a sneaking suspicion there might be one.
Sending your servant up ahead, that it doesn't seem to trigger anything. But as you enter this seeming storeroom, one brazier flickers with that arcane energy. The light inspires here as sparse as the contents of the room itself. The dim
I
glow.
assume it's been more than 10 minutes.
Since.
Torch.
We entered the dungeon,
Yeah.
so detect magic has flickered off.
Oh, that
Yeah.
too.
The dim glow barely illuminates two crates, their wooden planks gray with dust. In the darkest corner of the room, there's a minor glint of spider webs that can be seen. Their occupants, long-legged silhouettes. As you walk into the room and approach near the webs, you find large fanged spiders with furry abdomens in the same grayish brown as the crates. Frightful as their faces may be, they retract their legs with a jolt, sensing your nearby movement, and nestle deeper into the shadows.
Oh, spiders.
Big
Huh?
spiders or regular spiders?
Regular spiders.
Okay.
I don't love the things. Can I toss my torch into the spider web?
Yeah. You toss your torch into the spider web, and the flash of light illuminates the room even brighter for just a second, and
So the spiders are considered animals that are since they're beasts, they're eligible for Ring of Animal Friendship, right?
well, either way, she has just burned them
I've
to a
just
crisp.
roasted them.
Yeah. All right. Well,
As soon as I'm comfortable that one won't jump out and attack me, I'll pick back up the torch.
I mean,
Okay.
phobias of spiders are more of an irrational sense unless you actually met one that was man-eating and probably also had like 20 legs and also, like, was
I'm
the
not
size of an
scared it's
elephant.
going to eat me. I'm scared it's going to bite me. Those things can hurt.
Fair enough.
Can we still see the spiders?
No, they're burnt to a crisp.
Oh, they're all burned, like all of them.
Unless there's more you want to look for in the room, you can roll me an investigation check. See if you can find spiders.
Perception?
It'd be an investigation check
Damn.
because you're searching.
Uh,
One more time, Lily.
You're spider.
What the actual fuck did you just say?
Spider.
Bring me pictures of Spider-Man.
What? What are you saying?
Just come here, spider. But like in baby.
Oh. Okay. Come here, spider.
What the actual fuck has this episode devolved into?
This was supposed to be an unsettling experience, y'all. My
Is that
party.
so?
my party,
Apparently
after
not.
fighting. Come here, spider, come here. I want to pet your furry little arachnid body. Oh, let me
Alright, that does
tickle
not
those.
sound
Let me
legal.
tickle those little hairy legs.
Okay, help.
That doesn't sound illegal if you ask me.
Are you
Oh
guys
god.
continuing, or are you guys staying here for the rest of forever?
We're staying
I
here for
guess-
the rest of forever, and you can no.
I guess we can continue for it.
I'm continuing.
Pushing further, you see there seems to be a room up ahead.
Caution? What's caution? I didn't just get ambushed.
I'm just gonna
As
please, please.
3 black iron braziers provide that meager illumination still from their disparate locations in the large room. Stacks of wooden crates, a pile of sacks, and clusters of barrels indicate it was once a well-stocked storeroom. One of the barrels has smashed against the floor next to the crumbling pyramid pile of its fellows. Perhaps it rolled free after years of disuse. The wood moldy and soft, but something is amiss, you gather with your high perception check, Soren.
Teehee.
Streaks in the dirt-laden floor indicate some crates have been moved, particularly in the stack in the northeast corner.
Can we search those crates? And the crates in the back room as well. The other crates back here and there. I'd like to have like a little scope of what's in these crates. See if we can gather clues about what the hell happened here.
Soren is the one who noticed the odd. Nobody else did. It was just Soren who noticed these. But if you want to look through these crates, absolutely roll me an investigation check. Actually, you don't have to worry about it for these crates out here. Well,
Not
yeah,
one.
apparently you do have to worry about it. You open up the crates, and as you try to lift the lid, the wood just kind of starts to crumble, as if some sort of decay has occurred, unnatural in nature, leaving only dust behind in the crates that you touched.
Oh,
The sacks in the I'm not sure who's pinging or clicking things, but what are people doing?
I want to investigate the contents of these crates or.
I'm
sacks.
waiting for Soren to make a move, given he's the one who noticed that.
Yeah, Soren's gonna start making his way towards the back of the room. He's gonna be kind of looking around, checking every corner, but he's gonna like stop before he gets to the crates at the very end.
As you approach the crates at the end of the room, roll me a investigation check at advantage for your perception check earlier. Because you know the location, you know something is off about this area.
Investigation.
With an 18, you start to push aside the stacked crates, heaving and hoeing them. Maybe one of your companions joins in. Before long, you reveal a door that's behind the stack.
Hey, I think I found something.
Is that a door?
Shall we find out? He's gonna push the door open.
It appears to be locked.
Oh, I guess we're not going to find out. We need a key or
Oh,
something.
music. Oh, Moonsick, is it time?
The mimic in disguise.
I'm sorry, I
Lindsay?
forgot that I was muted.
Alright.
Well, my hands are a little shaky. I hadn't slept at all last night, but I'll give it a go.
Do you want some help?
If you don't mind.
He's gonna cast guidance on her Moonsick.
Okay, you are guided.
Oh,
Who
hold
we
on,
didn't.
actually, I was about to roll that, but I need to make sure I'm actually rolling it at disadvantage. I don't want to go through all this twice.
Okay.
Plus
You-
guidance
A
is
D4.
D4 or is it
Disadvantage
a
plus
D6?
D4.
It's a D4.
D4. 3
For 15.
plus 5 for the gloves is a 20.
Okay, so with a 20, tell me how you open this door.
Moonsick, pitifully enough, has Soren actually come over and like kind of help hold the doorknob or like the I should say, like, the doorknob and everything, the lock associated with it is unsteady after so many years of disuse and disrepair, that Moonzik has Soren hold it in place as he messes with it. And then eventually the lock will pop open and almost destroys itself just because it's that disrepaired.
Well,
You unlock the door.
would you like me to go first, or would you like to lead the pack?
You go ahead. You found it. I'm only the one that unlocked
Okay.
it.
Okay. He's gonna open the door and he's gonna walk in. Gonna shimmy his way in.
We got your back.
Does he see anything?
And
As
apparently
you
not.
as you approach this room, it appears that it's some sort of worship center. Oh, let me actually.
Roll initiative.
The hinges wail as the door is pressed inward, the metal resisting them mightily against the effort, before eventually giving away from with your shoves. 3 braziers glow, despite the barring of the chamber. The large brown roots around here surging through each of the 4 stone walls, the largest looming over the cracked stone altar in the northern section of the room. Rows of empty wooden pews stand as neatly and evenly as soldiers before this altar, bereft of any attendants. A sudden cold washes over the area in tandem with a sound that's like a ragged sigh. Directly to the left of the entrance, beyond one of the reaching roots, a stone coffin lays.
Well, this doesn't seem right.
Do you think this site of worship might have been responsible for causing that giant blight tree in the back? That they were worshipping something foul and profane in nature?
I doubt it.
Either something was
Or
someone was attempting to hide this room, or someone was attempting to block this room.
I'll go with block. I'll go with hide. Hastily move things to protect an altar. I mean, this is the only room where I haven't seen furniture turned over, right?
Yeah.
Soren's gonna slowly make his way towards the altar in the back, but before he does that, he's gonna cast dancing lights and put one of each of the 4 orbs he can make into each corner of the room.
Okay, continuing to illuminate the room.
Moonzik is joining Soren at the altar.
Okay.
Wow. Don't I seem important? He's gonna say at the altar.
Is this a sacrificial altar by any chance? DM?
No. Upon first glance, it does not seem sacrificial in nature.
He says, "Fuck around and find out." Does anything happen when he approaches the altar, or maybe puts a hand on it?
No. It's cold to the touch.
Do you want me to roll another investigation, or
Mhm.
can I use the one that I originally had? Another investigation.
This is a whole new area, so please roll a new one.
13.
With the 13, you glance about the altar, and behind the altar, like hidden from view from the what are these called?
Pews.
Pews.
Pews. Thank you. Hidden from the pews in front of it, You find not much, a stack of papers that have that when you touch them seem to crumble from just the mere touch of your hands, and a small, oddly and a small coin unlike any you've seen before.
He's
For the
gonna.
papers that crumble, can I cast mending on it to fix the paper?
Yeah.
Like into it. I'm gonna do that.
Okay, you now have each paper. You spend the moment to cast mending on them, and when you do, they are blank pieces of paper.
He's gonna
Oh,
pocket the
lucky.
coin.
I was hoping there would be some treasure trove of knowledge to bequeath to us context of this existence of this room. I suppose my anticipation was met with mere disappointment.
Tell me, Soren, are there special markings on that coin that you pocketed?
Huh? Oh, you mean this? He's gonna pull the coin back out. What does the coin look like?
So you look at the coin, and it is copper in appearance, right? It's got this um, coppery coating to it, and as you run your fingers over it, you can definitely, you being attuned to it, can sense, attuned to it, I should say, but you being having familiarity with magical items, can feel the thrum of magical energy pulsing up your forearm as you run your finger over the face of it. You see that um, on it does have a side that is clearly heads, and one side that seems to be tails. But there's text on it, but you can't read it. It doesn't look like a language that you know. It does have some sort of familiarity to the text that you saw written around the tree.
May I take a look?
I was just gonna call you over. Yeah, hey Brian, can you check this out?
Can I read it?
You can. And you see inscribed around the outer edge of the of either side of it is um, um, even evening isn't even.
No.
Both sides. Now, as you flip the coin over and over and over, just kind of reading it, looking through it, you've noticed that every time you flip it, the face seems to change. Heads, tails, but the design changes every time. One a flower, one a bush, one a large grasping tree, another and just as it continues, every time you flip the coin, the face changes.
Still like fiddling with it. Brian's gonna like almost seem lost in thought.
Mind if I
Evening
take
isn't
a look? I know I can't actually recognize the inscription,
even
but you know,
identify?
identify.
Um,
You
I know this is the wrong idea, but this is totally in character for Brian,
Gonna
lost in
flick it.
thought. She's gonna flip it to
Yep.
she's gonna flip it to Edward, using her thumb to just casually flick it, tumbling over in the air.
okay? As you catch it in the air, I'm not even gonna make you roll to catch it. You're perfectly capable of doing that. You catch it in midair. Please roll me a d4. Brian.
Oh, Brian.
Oh, Brian.
All right.
Tarask spawns in the middle of the room.
With a 4, Edward, you need to make me a wisdom save.
Wisdom save. Uh-oh. Alright, I
Did
forgot
I
my
just
heart.
toss him a bomb?
You just tossed me a bomb.
A mind bomb.
13.
Okay. With 13, I will message this.
Uh-oh.
You.
That's never good.
Whisper?
Yep, I'm working on it. Walking. There we go. Do with that what you will.
Oh, thank you, Brian. That's very kind of you. I won't forget this. I'm gonna pick up the coin and I'm going to identify it
Uh,
with a ritual spell.
Okay. You spend the next 10 minutes identifying it. And you know that this coin has, when you flip it, it has a random result. As you go through, it looks like it can cast Misty Step, Invisibility, Hypnotic Pattern, or what you seeming have experience in the action of catching the coin, a charmed condition, a DC 15 Wisdom save for all creatures around you for a minute.
So
immediately
he's
fires
charmed
after
by me. That's fucking hilarious.
That is really funny.
Well, this is
That explains why you were so polite to me.
Isn't he always polite to you? Isn't he always polite to all of us?
He is, but it felt odd he was thanking me for tossing him a coin to have him identify.
By the way, that effect has worn off in the casting identify.
Yes.
yeah.
Well, there's nothing left in this room but that coffin.
You don't have to be attuned to it, do you?
Nope.
A cursed item or no? It's just a random item. Well, with that aside, who wants to be the keeper of this fancy trinket?
Did find where it is.
I could potentially use it.
You can see Brian just like fidgeting.
I take it you want the coin?
I mean, it's from the Feywild. And it's random and I love it. But I don't have the biggest claim to it, and I'm not sure it's the most useful. It'd be an incredibly selfish request.
Well, selfish or not, I don't think anybody else in the party has expressed a strong desire to be the keeper of it. Also, if it's a memento to you that reminds you of the Feywild, that in itself gives you more justification to be the owner of it than virtually the rest of the people here.
She's gonna look around, looking at everybody around her.
I feel like her argument for it is better than mine. The only thing I had going for it is that I'd actually be able to use magic spells in a sense.
Soren's still gonna be fiddling with the altar.
And as Moonzik was saying his thing, he was genuinely unbothered by it.
Well, I see we have reached a semblance of consensus.
I'd say so.
Well, Brian, the coin is yours. I'm going to not toss it and not flip it towards her, but I'm going to hand it to her.
Okay.
Roll a d4. No.
Brian's gonna flip it once because let chaos.
Roll me a t4.
uh, do you have?
So 1.
Mhm.
You cast Misty Step.
Do I get
Where
to
do you
choose
go?
where I come out?
Mhm. Yeah.
Hell yeah. Well, I only have this in my view range, so I'm just gonna pop all the way over here. This thing is cool.
Oh, I should mention it does have 3 charges a day. That is very important.
Yeah.
That is important.
Yeah, so we're not just constantly flipping the coin. Yeah, that's fair. You know, I still don't know what happened here, and I'm not sure I can figure it out, but thank you guys for all coming here and asking questions.
Are you charmed again? Is this the charm effect?
No, I'm genuinely grateful. I'm concerned about this place, but I suppose we'll have to find more answers elsewhere.
I have an idea. Another disturbing one, I'm afraid.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what is it?
Could what happened here have any connection to what happened to your parents, Edward?
Dangerous
How
group
so?
controlling portals?
It wouldn't be too far-fetched to link the two together.
No, it wouldn't.
No, you're right. It is both heavily connected towards the disturbance of extra-dimensional spaces.
There is only one thing we haven't checked yet before leaving this place, and considering the sacred nature of this room, I'm almost reviled to say it, but we have not looked in that coffin yet.
I'm already a step ahead of you. Soren's gonna be almost reaching for it.
Okay. Make me a strength check.
Oh!
Yeah, that was the wrong
Good luck.
move, wasn't it?
Athletics.
Oh,
That's
15.
fine. Do you have a proficiency in athletics?
No.
Okay, with a 15, you give a big heave and a push, and you slide the coffin open, and a plume of dust and what feels as thick as smoke exits from the exits from the coffin, and as you look inside, it's empty. You reach your
Alright.
hand in to investigate, and there is nothing there. In fact, despite all of the dust and what felt like as thick as smoke coming out of it, it's clean.
Can I press down on the bottom? See if there's anything underneath it.
You press down onto the bottom of it, and you see that. How hard are you pressing?
He's gonna put like his weight into it, but he's not gonna go like as hard as possible.
You feel it almost like it gives.
So
And you
it
can't quite push. You just press your hands down onto it, and it feels like it gives a little.
Hey, does anyone want to go for a dive? He's gonna say, putting a foot onto the side of the coffin.
What are you implying by that? You're not gonna fall into the coffin or something, are you?
No. He was gonna get into the coffin.
Are you gonna lay down in the coffin?
He's gonna stand up in it first.
Okay.
Can we have the servant do that first?
You stand in the coffin,
Nope.
pressing your weight down. You kind of give like a little bounce, and you can feel the false bottom of this coffin.
What the hell are you doing?
Hey, Brian. Going down? He's gonna jump.
See what's so funny about this? You're acting like you're on the verge of laughing.
What happens when he jumps?
You give a jump, and you see him disappear,
Like
Oh,
pop out of existence, or like fall
like
into
down, like
oh,
fall in,
bloody hell.
and you hear a snap.
Oh.
What?
Yeah, you know what?
I'm all right down there, right?
Go in the bottom of the
We don't know.
coffin. We gotta go follow him.
Oh, for
Gene,
fuck's
Gene
sake.
peers into the coffin.
It looks to be a completely empty coffin.
And he
Yeah,
was
okay,
never
whatever. Take
here.
the immovable rod. We're gonna make it tether, and we're gonna jump down.
Or we could force it to remain open with the immovable rod. Here, help me push out this fake bottom.
I'm gonna help.
Yep.
That's advantage on athletics, I'm assuming.
With the lot of you all pushing down, I think it is it's no difficult task.
I'm going to click the
to-
immovable rod in place in a way that forces it to remain as open as possible.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I'm going to tie around the immovable rod, and that's going to go around my wrist.
Let's
I'm gonna
rappel down
hold-
and see what's going on.
Do we want to tie a
Okay.
rope around the rod first?
We just did.
Oh, we did.
We just did.
Duh.
Give me just 1 second.
It's been a day.
Where is it? Come on.
Before you say I take fall damage, I do have a way of not taking fall damage.
You take fall damage. Go fuck
No.
yourself.
No. I had a plan going into
That's
this.
a levitation ring or something. Probably.
You take spite damage. You're completely
Bite
safe.
damage?
Somebody casts Call of Lightning and I get
You take
smited.
0 fall damage, but you take damage anyway, as if you should have taken fall damage.
No.
I would like to point out smite is radiant damage.
No, spite, as in P. SP.
Joke's on you, I can deal radiant damage too. I cast
Is it?
Moonbeam on myself.
If
What
anything,
the fuck is it? I cannot find it.
if anything, spite is force damage. Or psychic damage.
Oh,
Definitely
Psychic
psychic
damage.
damage.
Yeah.
Definitely psychic damage.
Okay. I guess I'm just doing theater of the mind because I can't remember where I put the map. I'm looking through all of this and I can't see it at all. So, theater of the mind. As you, Soren, as you jumped through the false bottom of the coffin, you find yourself falling 10, maybe 15 feet. You are welcome to negate fall damage if you want.
Do it. First off, do I know how far I'm falling? Because like, if I'm gonna,
When you fall, it's like 15 feet. There's no light down
Oh.
here, but but you also have dark vision, so if it's a quick reaction, then sure, but it's like 15 feet.
It's not a reaction. It would be a full action. So
So then, yeah, no, then you don't get to negate it.
okay, that's fine.
So you take 2d6. 2d6. 6 damage. As you fall down. Glancing up, you see a room. It is completely entangled in roots all around you. It's like you're in like just there's very little stone wall to press your hands against. It is just a completely enshroud in roots overtaking, and you see people like skeletons of people huddled in corners with roots that seem to be protruding out of their mouths and through their chest cavities in various positions, just being held up by their skeletons being held up by the roots that seem to be their demise. You see a total of 10 people in this room.
He's gonna do dancing lights once again and put one of each 4 in the corners of each of their room. So
As the room lights up, as it gets closer to as each of the fairy lights illuminates the room, you can see the darkness almost as an aura surrounding these roots of the trees. And it's about just after this moment of glancing in and taking your surroundings that you hear the trapdoor being opened and the voices of your companions making their way down into this secret chamber.
Fancy meeting you guys here.
We're here because you jumped down.
Well, you found the secret room? So, good job, I guess.
And just be lucky that the fall wasn't any more than 15 feet. Well, then again, you're able to fly, but still.
Well, what do we have? Brian's gonna put up the torch, try and see things a
Well,
little more clearly.
it's already lit. He did light fairy fire into the room,
Oh,
so you can
okay.
see the whole room. And you see the skeletons being propped up by the penetrating roots.
Luke Goblin, is there anything in this room I can steal?
Maybe you can investigate the bodies.
Roll to loot the bodies, he says.
I'm not proficient.
There is no
You reach
proficiency
out
in
to
looting
touch one of the
bodies.
bodies' clothing, and you kind of like begin to feel, and I need you to make me a dexterity saving throw.
There it is.
Oh.
Not bad.
With a you feel as if almost for a moment there the root of that was protruding out of this body went to pluck you with one of its thorns that you now see poking out, and having now had such a close encounter with the thorns, glancing about, you can see that they seem to be in various positions across the room, if that makes sense. And they look I should have written something out for this, but I didn't. As you glance in across the room and looking at these entangled vines, the thorns that protrude out of them seem unnatural, slightly off color than the roots that were here before. Darker, more inky. with little white speckled spots all across them. But you pulled your hand just out of the way. It's almost as if these things have a mind of their own.
It's gonna give him a stink eye.
You reckon that that's what this altar was worshipping? Whatever is in charge of this, all of this? I gesture my hand towards all of the roots.
Do you think that this has more to do with the blight?
Like roots for any plant, it'll just grow back. Oh dear
Well,
God.
if they're dangerous, we should probably try and burn it out before we leave. Or as we're leaving. I don't want to be in this room if we're burning it out.
And Soren try and loot the bodies again
God damn it.
while they're talking.
Yeah, you can try again.
That's another roll, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
This time, knowing what dangers are present, you reach again, slowly and cautiously, keeping your eyes on the roots. And while you find nothing of value on these bodies, while you find nothing of value on these bodies, you can see that the positions that they were in, many of them up against the wall, resting, leaning down. Even some of them that appear to the skeleton laying on the ground as if in a position of rest with their arm underneath their head. It appears that they were taken by surprise, as if almost you can come to the conclusion that this was not expected. They were not supposed to die in this way. They were not supposed to die here. They were supposed to be protected, safe, but they weren't.
Well, this is a safe room, then.
You say there was. You said this was the only room, right? Or is there more?
Nope, this is the only room.
Who here still has that charm of plant command?
Nobody. You left it at
I was
Firewatch
just
so that they
about
could
to
deal with the
say.
assassin finds.
Fair enough.
Uh,
What do we want to do about these vines?
can Soren ritual cast speak with plant?
And you can spend 10 minutes to speak with plants.
It's gonna sit on the floor across from one of the vines. And when that's done, I don't know if anyone wants to do anything while that 10 minutes goes.
Make
While
sure you're not
ritual
fucking
casting, I'm gonna ritual
attacked.
cast Augury. Soren's gonna ritual cast speak with the plants. I'm gonna ritual cast Augury.
And I am going to make sure that y'all aren't attacked by these roots.
Moonzik shares the same sentiments in that.
I don't know if Augury gets procced first. How long is Augury?
I think it's also 10 minutes.
It's 11 minutes. Okay.
Augury do be like that. It's called Augury, not Poggery.
Okay. Speak with. Okay.
While Soren's doing that, while Soren's doing that, Emily, What does augury tell me?
What question are you asking?
There's no question. It's either good things will happen, bad things will happen, good and bad things
For
will
what
happen.
for what
No.
course of action?
For pursuing, I guess, for pursuing the room, right? Like going forward, pursuing with the plants, messing with the plants.
It's wheel, and wall, or nothing.
I guess I want your question to be more specific. Like, what course of action are you casting augury for?
I mean, I was gonna base my course of action on what I would get after I get my augury. So it's kind of a little
Right,
weird.
but that's not how augury works. You have to have a source of, like, in mind.
If we continue investigating further into these plants, will really bad things happen?
It's dice, right?
Yeah, it's dice.
As you roll your dice, they land succinctly on woe.
Well,
Actually, it's almost as if it did not roll at all. It just stayed.
They just dropped.
It dropped, thunk to the ground.
Does that normally happen?
no, but when that does, it means that without a shadow of a doubt, with absolute certainty, that something bad will happen as we continue.
Well, that's all I needed to hear. Let's head out.
Soren, are you casting Speak with Plants?
Just kidding. It's not ritual, so it's just one action.
Oh, well, that's a little awkward.
Yeah, he's gonna cast Speak with Plants, and he's gonna say, "What are you?"
Plants, I know that the spell is misleading, but plants don't actually speak.
Yeah.
Rather, you propose the question, and you seek to, as you kind of like run your fingers across the roots of this, attempting to make a connection, right? So that you can read the lines in the bark. You can feel the energy and thrum, and you have this overwhelming sense of suffering. There are, when you cast this, there are two things that you notice. There is the original bark, right? That what was supposed to be here, that has had life from it taken away. And secondly, the infection is the best way you can describe it, of whatever is causing these thorns, forcing this dead tree to continue its ransacking of its own home, with its own people that it had taken care of. A heavy sense of destruction and desire to kill and destroy living things, to make it its own. And as you reach out, running your hands across, a new thorn presses itself out, splitting almost splitting the bark of the original holy tree that was here before, and it pricks your finger, and your hand goes numb for a second.
Oh.
And you shake it off.
And then he turns Phyrexian.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
What was
I
that?
understand. What can I do to help them?
What?
Well, what just happened? What did you get from those plants? Did they say something?
He's gonna, without turning around, just still kind of locking eye contact with the bark. He's gonna say, something has plagued over this tree. A darkness has plagued it, and I'm not sure what I can do to help. I want to help, but no.
Does it scream to you as if the voice of pain would be the one echoed to the similar to the ones in the pools of Melora that we encountered earlier?
Soren, the tree is dead.
Is there anything I could take from the tree? Like,
You
no,
can
I know
try.
it's like dead, but like, there's no like, I don't know what they're
Are
called. Like,
branches and twigs.
there's no like any seeds or anything of the sort. I don't know what they're called, like the helicopter
Acorns.
seeds things. Yeah, like acorns and whatnot.
You
There's nothing like
gather
that.
that something like that is not in this room.
We should head out before you're attacked again. You don't feel woozy or anything, right?
Not that I know of, no.
Good.
Is your hand okay?
Um,
I know you got pricked on it earlier.
yeah. I feel fine. He's gonna start making his way towards the rope, looking back at the dead tree one last time before climbing up.
I climb up behind him.
As a lot of you make your way out through the false door, or the false bottom of the coffin, at the end retrieving your immovable rod, closing the grave.
Before that, I'm sorry. I would like to set the place down there ablaze.
Okay. How are you doing so?
With Edward.
Either that, or I have produced flame as well. One of the two. He's just gonna kind of snap his fingers, and he's gonna set the old tree on fire.
And in your mind, you hear an unholy screeching, and you can see that as you do that the infection is pulling back on itself, recoiling from the danger present. And as you all finish climbing out and make your way, the roots in the room start to move, reaching out and grasping out for you.
We need to run.
Time to go.
Yep. Right now.
Drops torch behind her, and actually, she's gonna light everything she can on fire as she's running out.
Soren's gonna do the same.
Not knocking over the magical braziers as well. throwing down the torch, pushing things to continue to light it all. You all dash out of the cave, making your way back into the sunlit forest. You hear Soren screams in agony behind you, and anger. And almost as if a whisper, you could swear you heard a thank you.
Once they exit the cave, he's all right? Nothing wrong.
You feel fine.
Okay. Once he exits the cave, he's gonna kind of wipe away some tears, and then continue back over to Nahiri.
So it looks like you guys didn't die.
Nope.
Yeah.
Get a damn reward for that one. I'm kidding.
So my question is,
God, the look on your face.
You guys smell
As-
like weird, like campfire.
well, you could call it that, as smoke starts to pour out of the cave entrance.
Is that smoke? The fuck?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
We've got a quite interesting story for the road. But before that,
I mean, big giant evil tree with giant dark roots and tendrils and stuff trying to kill us. Typical adventure stuff.
You see her eyes flash a wind chime.
Don't worry, Windchime was fine.
Yeah.
I mean, all
Okay.
of us are fine.
Soren's gonna give Edward a nudge. It was not the tree. It was the infection.
And look, you said it was an infection, but is that really what it was?
Yeah. It was an infection on this tree. Although the tree was dead.
So my
was
question
still
is, if after the fire dies down, would we be able to go back in there and still access the Feywilds the way we did?
Yeah, that's my question. We didn't get to go in the Feywild at all.
Yeah, we did. We entered the
Well, we
Feywild
did,
and
but
then
we
we
didn't
left.
get to explore
I
any.
I have a theory. Tree was definitely connected to the Feywild, but it's also possible, however unlikely, that the tree was more a vessel for magic to allow the portal, and that's simply a location, or even was tied by the incantation written in the ground. If it's the incantation, well then, we should be able to, and Brian's going to the best of her ability, copy down the incantation in Sylvan in a circle on the ground out here.
Okay, so you spend this type of ritual does take a very long time. By the way.
Honestly, she's way too curious to try about whether or not this could work.
Okay. So out in the dirt, you start inscribing the circle as you saw before, repeating the incantation. Let's see. Where is it? Boop, boop, boom. Trying to find it. Where did I put it? Why did I roll so many d20s? Dancing between tidal thoughts, she skims wave-crest sparkles to fling them into the thirsty heavens. She laughs wildly as she rides the fleeing day, seeking no answers. Even evening isn't evening. Is to the best of your ability. Go ahead and roll me an Arcana skill check.
Okay. Da-da.
I will send that to chat one more time.
Arcana. Hey, I'm a little nervous, Soren. Do you think you could help me out in any way?
I cast Enhance ability and give Fox
No,
a
she
cunning-
did specifically ask Soren.
Fair enough. Never mind.
Yeah. Soren, though being kind of lost in thought, he will give her a hand, both literally and figuratively,
So,
casting
yeah.
guidance and helping her where he is needed.
Okay. You are now guided.
Okay.
Whedon's.
As you copy down the spell to the best of your ability, you realize there is something important missing.
The coin.
What?
The coin had
There-
nothing to
there's-
do with the original portal.
There's something important missing in your inscription. Some way to add the magic into the circle. An easier conduit, maybe specific materials, specific
The coin.
an incantation.
You got the rose, right?
I do have the rose, and I do have the coin.
Oh, guys, it's the coin. There was an inscription. Even evening isn't even.
True.
Guys,
I'm gonna
first.
pull out the coin. And I'm gonna say even evening isn't even. In Sylvan.
Nothing seems to happen.
I'm gonna see what happens if I plant the rose here.
You plant the rose, and familiar cracks in the ground form. Ooh. As the portal opens up in the center of the circle, as normal.
Somebody want to check to see whether there's another side to this? Just in case. I don't think I've made it work yet.
I'll go
Doesn't
through.
hurt.
Moonzik, as you step into the portal, you find yourself in the same crossroads you did inside of the inside last time. Two doors appear in front of you. The one to Firewatch and the one to the Feywild.
Moonzik, recognizing this, is going to think at first this has already been a long day for him, but he's going to wipe that thought away as he has to keep his thoughts up if he's going to properly test this. And he's also not going to get too excited, as he is going to be happy to report back to Brian that it worked, and he's going to walk towards the Feywild.
You open up the Feywild door, and there before you, the kaleidoscope of colors. as you step through.
Brian?
Can hear you loud and clear.
I think we have to give you a new title. You're our resident mad scientist.
I take it works?
It worked.
Right. With your 20 Arcana check, you do have a realization that the presence of that door probably has nothing to do with your circle. No magic glowing from the runes, no nothing like that.
That's
Just
probably just still too close.
Well, I'm not really 100% sure that it did work by itself, but please come back through.
I'm coming. And Moonsick will step back through.
Undoes the rose.
you can see the inscription you made in the ground still present. Kind of upon your glance now, like you did the best job that you could, but it looks pretty lackluster in the dirt.
We're probably still too close to the portal room for that to be conclusive. This doesn't feel right. There's no magic here. I'm missing something.
So perhaps my original thought was correct in that we could come back here if we needed to.
Yeah, that's the good news.
I think we should
Although,
mark this location on the map just so we have a future reference of
mhm,
where the pinpricks have been previously applied.
we need to head to, I think the biggest thing is I should probably talk to a teacher about this when we reach Nicodranas. I mean, I have a lot of information here. Good information. I'm only missing one, maybe two, a material or the somatic component. The ritual is correct.
I keep thinking about that that person that you met in Phelan, the broker. How? Why would he give us something like this? To be able to not only warp to Firewatch, but go to a different plane entirely. If in a setting that's applicable.
What if he didn't know about the entire shifting? What if he gave it to us to unlock the full potential of the rose? What if now it's a door that
It was
we
given to
unlocked
Brian
that's
originally as a test. Remember?
yeah, maybe it's a test to unlock all the doors. Maybe now that we've unlocked this one, it'll stay on the rose.
Well,
I
we'll
mean, as a
do
trial.
that. We'll do that experiment later. If I had to hazard a guess, though, anything that this rose can do is a hint as to the nature of the man himself. He gave it to me as a reward for my curiosity. Those kinds of rewards, and from what I understand about him, come from the idea of wanting to test somebody and to have them figure out a puzzle.
Sounds just like you.
What do you mean?
You always like to. You always seem like you're trying to figure out every puzzle that you come across. You just jump right into it.
Perhaps.
Maybe not just like, but I suppose you'd be on the other end of his personality in that sense.
I think you might agree with that.
Do you think the man is watching us right now?
No, I don't.
Do you think he's waiting for us?
No. If anything, I think we were amusing.
Hmm.
I'm sure he would be happy to see us. Should we reach Nicodranas and head to an auction house? I would be surprised if he weren't there.
Well then, enough speculating. It's already been a long day and we haven't even hit the road yet. Let's get moving.
Yeah, I suppose. Mind if I take a look at those blight seeds before we move on?
Go for it.
I'm gonna identify the blight seeds.
Okay. Identifying the blight seeds gets you this information.
Big chunk of tags. Let's go.
Yay!
Yay,
And
text!
as everyone's riding off, Thorn's just gonna give a 2-finger salute back to the cave. Just like a little salute wave.
Copy and paste. These dry, hard, wrinkled seeds are about the size of the walnut. They can, once seed naturally plucked from the blight's body, the seeds become sterile. Oh, okay, so they're like an alchemy material. With my background experience in alchemy, would I know what these are specifically used for?
Yeah.
That last little bit. Some farmers can repurpose the seeds as a unique fertilizer. Brom.
Feed them to the
Oh
fastberries.
fuck are these? Why you bring me this?
So what do they...
Give me a
what
second.
you...
Just 1 second.
Fair enough.
Throws it
And I mean,
into...
anyone can turn seeds into fertilizers if the seeds are edible, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like, become fertilizer at the end. 48 hours later, give or take. That's how that works, right?
Yeah.
Why isn't this working? Come on.
Quick, someone play the Monty Python intermission theme.
Do 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 do
God damn it.
Hey. Oh, there we go. Let's see. Where's the page? Why doesn't it get... Stop. Wait. Why isn't it... Stop.
I was gonna say, why won't it stop, and then the computer's gonna freeze.
Oh, please don't jinx it.
Wait, what are we jinxing?
Nothing.
We don't want Emily's computer to crash.
Oh, I hope my computer crashes.
Oh my god. The page just keeps becoming unresponsive.
Yikes.
We can always come back to that at a later time as well if it's not working. I don't think it's that important, right?
Yeah, it's
really, it's not that important, but it's really frustrating.
Which is fair, valid.
and understandable.
Is there a fucking solar flare that's happening?
Your feelings are valid.
Apparently.
I was
Among
gonna
Us was
say, I
acting
don't know.
screwy last night, and now this is happening.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Roll20's been acting wonky for me all day.
Oh yeah,
It's been really slow.
super slow.
Yeah, okay. Well, I don't know if
Yeah, it's not
anyone,
just you.
Again, is there a solar flare going on?
like,
Maybe server issue.
Yeah.
Issue
I'm
with
not.
the server.
My issue isn't with freaking. Isn't even with Roll20.
it could be, there could be a lot of issues on, because I've been told that the entire, like, Verizon thing was, they're having a whole problem at, like, Verizon headquarters as well.
Wonderful. I love that for them.
Yeah, because that's why my internet's been kind of fucky wucky recently as well.
Okay. So, so you know that you can create blight oil, which I just fucking closed.
No.
You can create blight oil, which what the fuck?
How many blight seeds do I have? 5? I think it was.
Yeah. I mean, it would depend on everything that goes in, but it depending on how well you do, if you can apply it to armor or a weapon, applying it to armor, you can basically reduce acid damage or and again, it depends on how because there's like levels to it, but you could even if you apply it to your armor, it acts as almost a form of armor of Agathis. When you apply it to a weapon, you deal a whole lot of extra. Not a whole lot. You can end up dealing a bunch of extra damage and force them to make a con save for poison.
Okay,
It just depends on how well you do in using the oil. As you know, with alchemy, there's variation, and
try to synthesize it.
you
I'm assuming
cannot do it right now.
not right
It's
now.
going to take you time. Yeah,
Time, fair enough.
it's like a downtime activity.
Downtime activity, got it.
It's so cool.
Give Grudge a third kind of attack damage.
You could. Absolutely possible.
You know what? Why don't we just make Grudge just one of each damage type? Just a d6 of every damage type. Why not?
Where is you? I'm going to send this
As
to you so that you have it. Screenshot.
as Grudge is no longer called Grudge, but is henceforth called the Omni Dagger.
And there's obviously a whole bunch of rules and whatnot on how to make that. How to make that Gucci, you know?
Oh, we're making Gucci now? Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what fabrics Gucci uses, though.
Pretentious.
That's just for your information of what you know is possible. Whether or not you would actually be able to make it astral is not the question. That's what's possible. Does that make sense? I DM'd
Yeah.
it to you, by the way.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
Let's hit the
Cool.
road.
Looks pretty nice.
Okay.
I don't think that'd be very effective. I think the road might not take any damage from that. But go ahead.
The road will take 1d4 piercing damage from a regular dagger out of infinite health.
I don't know if it's got infinite.
It might as well be.
I mean, like if you explode the whole world, I don't know. I think it would kill it at some point.
You all begin embarking on the your path to Nicodranas. You know that you have it probably at this point in time another day and a half of travel. So you'll have to rest at least once more. But you begin writing you think that you'd be able to make the journey in a day if you push the horses really hard.
That's
Yeah,
not.
but I
push
don't
the
want to.
horses.
Okay.
They have to last us to Allfield as well. So
We're gonna wait. I don't think that's practical though. Pushing the horses.
Haha. Funny joke.
I'm gonna slap you one of these days.
It was incredibly clever. Do not punish him for it.
No, I know.
As you begin your trek. In over the course of the next day and a half, what do you all do? What is your intention?
Well, I mean, I got a downtime activity I got to tend to.
Yeah, yours is going to take a bit longer than a day and a half.
Moonzik would not like to fall asleep while on top of a horse.
Uh-oh. All right. Well, since it's going to take it longer than a day and a half.
Brian's
I-
very. Sorry.
You go first.
No. You started before I did.
All right. Well, if you insist. Well, I was going to say, I was going to try to copy a couple more spells into my new spell book, at least.
Okay.
Or, take all of the previous existing spells, transfer it to the new book. You said we would waive the money cost, right?
Yeah, just it's just a time thing. And it's not
Yeah.
even like
That's
it's not
what
even
I'll-
like a major time thing. It's just like this
It's
is
a
something
time.
you're working on, right?
This is a thing I'm doing. It's just so I'm not idling, right? Yeah. And I still need to pay money. I still need to be in a town in order to be able to copy new spells, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. That's good to know.
Because you need them. I mean, you could pre-buy the materials necessary, but so
But
far
I'm
you
done.
haven't.
Yeah, so I'm just going to copy my previous spells into this one.
Okay. All right. Anybody else?
Would you like to go first, Brian? Since you were going to.
Honestly, I don't have a downtime activity I can think of, so.
Alright, then Soren is gonna be spending time on the horse, talking and learning more from Gilly Waters. And if we ever do stop, he's gonna be going. It's gonna be kind of letting Gilly Waters have a little fun in the woods, exploring a little bit, getting some feelings and whatnot.
A conversation happens with you and Gillywater about what had happened in the in the cave from before. You he explains to you a conclusion that he came to about the blight that was there. And again, he prefaces it with that he doesn't know too terribly much about this particular subject matter, but that he hypothesizes that seeing as how he hasn't noticed when he's been in your body, he hasn't noticed any adverse side effects from being pricked. He does think that it might have something to do with your undead form on why it didn't work the way that it should have. You know, the blight controlling the dead tree's roots. And or the infection, I should specify, the infection controlling the dead roots might not have affected you in the same way because your body is technically undead. So he thinks, and he's not for certain, but he thinks that maybe you just lucked out.
Well, we got
And
a
who knows?
confirmation from the DM herself that Soren is
No.
undead.
Well,
I am a god, fear me.
that wasn't up in the air.
Yeah, but it was never confirmed formally until just now.
Well, none of you know that.
But he does hypothesize that is possibly what has happened. Otherwise, he says that he is a little bit nervous about the idea of some sort of infection puppeteering you.
The fucking irony.
During that conversation, the whole time he's kind of either looking back or kind of rubbing his finger where he got pricked. There's nothing new about the prick, right? It's just still
No,
like a little...
I mean, it doesn't look like much of anything at all. Just your finger.
Okay. Yeah, that'll be kind of everything that happens then. Learning more from Gilly Waters and giving him a little time in my body. Definitely not while riding a horse. I don't know if I'll...
Okay.
I've already done that once.
Wind chime. Lily. What are you going to be doing in this for this day and a half while riding your horse?
Oh, playing I Spy with Harry.
With just Nahiri?
I mean, other people can play it if they want to.
You find I Spy is not as fun when the environment is constantly changing and you can't keep something in your eye for too terribly long.
Are you kidding me? That sounds like a shit ton of fun.
But as you ride past things, eventually it times out. If you get something too awfully specific, but nonetheless, you continue to play, and joke, and all around, kind of keep relaxed. Moonzik?
He falls asleep on the horse.
I guess on top of like trying to keep himself awake, he's going to participate in I Spy and that gives him a good reason to like look for anything that might be suspicious and or out of the ordinary.
Okay.
What,
Roll
you
me a
think you can
perception
do
check.
cleric passive perception?
I hit the percent. Oh, that's right. I'm not rolling the dice anymore. I turned the 3D dice off.
Okay, so you rolled a 16. Wow, you've been doing really well.
Moontik just knows how to function with little sleep. What the fuck?
Apparently, my gosh.
Moontik is secretly an elf.
No.
You you keep your eyes open, the absolute best that you can, using sheer adrenaline to keep you moving, and exploring, and
8 hours of adrenaline.
that's how I function at work. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh.
I go all nighters all the time, and then go and then do work, and I just like function.
As
I just
someone who
function.
also does that, I do the exact same thing.
Oh
I do it all
no.
nighter and then I just function.
I'm in pain hearing your stories.
Oh.
I wish I could.
Like after a certain point, when you get over the tiredness, like your sleep
Mhm.
schedule cycle like goes into a phase where you're not
Absolutely.
tired. That's when you're supposed to be awake, and the rest of the day is actually pretty fine.
And you don't feel exhaustion. Not really. Like, if you stop and you close your eyes and you then of course you're gonna be tired, right?
But if you just
But
never stop, it doesn't hit you ever.
Reasons
Yep.
I don't work third shift as a CNA anymore.
Let's see. I'm just placing things. Sorry. Multitasking. So difficult. So, and you. And I need you.
Uh-oh.
And I need to back. Let's I know that we did just take a break. We don't have to stop the recording. I just have to use the restroom. Please roleplay amongst yourself.
I spy with my little eye something that is black and also cause.
Is it coal?
Yes.
Oh, that's a good one.
It's so totally cool. How have you managed to make so many of these coal?
He hasn't
Right,
made... It's not so much as that he hasn't made a lot of them like coal. It's just that he's made all of them coal.
Right?
I mean, to be fair though, they never actually it doesn't ever leave your line of sight because
Like,
you know
it's the third time. I don't think you understand this game, man.
I understand that
You
I'm
counted
really
3?
good at
I'm
looking
counting
for coal.
4.
I mean, I understand that I'm really good at looking out for coal.
He's also. I will point out that he has been effective at making sure that he has been effective at making sure
Yes, I
that
am sure it is.
that he gets it often enough. So he's pretty good at uh seeing the things we pick out.
What was the one time we helped out with the unicorn? That's he kind of was able to see where that lake was.
True.
I spy with my little eye a giant purple rhinoceros.
Where?
Okay, now you're just
You
making
guys are
shit
gonna
up.
see a giant purple rhinoceros behind you.
I
Okay,
do.
Yeah,
I know I haven't
cast
gotten a
silent
lot of
image
sleep, but
and
I don't think I've started to hallucinate for everybody.
I cast silent image and make a giant image of a giant purple rhinoceros.
No, it's right there. Moonsick, look.
I'm gonna dismiss it the moment before Moonzik turns his head.
I hate you
Oh.
all.
It must have
Wait.
jumped into the bushes.
I spy with my little eye, and she's just gonna wink at Edward. A giant hawk.
How big? I would.
Like at least 5 feet.
I don't see it anywhere.
Edward,
Yeah,
make
me
it
neither,
happen.
Brian. I don't know what you're talking about. The only bird out here is Cole.
Cole's not a hawk.
Yeah.
Milo!
Fuck.
Well, maybe you guys just aren't that good at looking then.
My goodness.
I spy something green.
Is it a tree? A bush?
Yeah, but it's a specific tree.
That is so unfair.
I spy something brown.
Is
Ooh,
it
it's
also
a
that tree?
bark.
It's not a tree, not bark.
Is it a horse?
It is not.
What is it?
Moondick just points out at the sea. And there's a lone ship just sailing.
Oh, it's so tiny.
I didn't even notice we could see the sea from here.
What a beautiful view.
It is a hell of a view, I'll give it that.
There's a lot less trees around here, and we can see the ocean in a lot of moments, especially when we're up on a hill.
I spy with my little eye a dragon turtle.
Don't even kid about that.
It's a joke.
Here he
What?
gives you a fucking
Here he is.
death stare.
Yeah.
Still, though, I can't wrap my head around the fact that it was a once-in-a-lifetime thing that was supposed to happen, and out of all of the things that it was supposed to do in its centuries worth of slumber, that it thought just a bunch of motley wash-ups on a little paddle boat in the middle of the ocean would be the feast that would awaken its senses into its, rampage against the world.
I just
I
must
don't
think.
really know how much they rampaged. They were worshipped as gods for a while.
Well, I mean, gods can be worshipped out of fear or out of love. I think a dragon turtle capable of that caliber of destruction would be worshipped out of fear. Mostly as a means to not get on its bad side and, be razed to the ground.
True.
I mean, hey, if that thing saw us as food, that just must mean that we're some pretty big fish, huh?
Oh. That was horrible.
Oh, if we're talking about fish, I can turn into one. If
Probably not here, not on the back of the wagon, thank you.
Wagon.
Wagon. We don't have a wagon.
Not wagon. Probably not on the back horseback, thank you. Probably
But it'd be
not
funny.
the best idea to flop around onto the floor. I don't want to have to make a detour as you fall off.
You use wild shape and you turn into the mariner's breastplate that you lost.
Well, that's not wild shape. That's like you have to.
Technically, we
transmute
called it a fish.
Actually, technically, we called the whole armor set a fish.
It was a breastplate.
It was a whole set of armor.
Yeah.
I thought... No, whatever. Technicalities aside.
Oh, I missed that armor, but it belonged to somebody else.
Well, I mean, the premise of adventuring is to redistribute what who treasure belongs to.
I'm not going to steal
What
it from some
adventure
poor
were
guy.
you going on?
I mean, that's the whole point of dungeon delving, is to redistribute the wealth to the people delving it.
I didn't realize fishing was the same thing as dungeon delving. That's new.
Well, I mean, get the point though.
I'm not going to steal some poor guy's armor. He was
I mean,
frantic as is.
Stole it.
Actually, speaking of sites that we can see that are really far off, if you look to the left, we can see the Sirius mountain range.
Yeah.
At least the last little bit of it before we reach Nicodranus.
Actually,
Yeah, that's true. What do you think Nicodranus is like? I've never actually been there before.
Well, I can tell you. The gorgeous, bright city. It's probably the closest thing I've seen to the Feywild in terms of colors. Since being on this plane, it's full of a diverse people. The academy is a really strong presence there, so there's plenty of intelligent conversation.
Ooh, intelligent conversation, you say?
oh boy.
And honestly, it's just genuinely quite pretty. I'll take you to a few of my favorite spots when we get there. And I hope you guys will meet my friends.
Your friend?
Friends,
I still have to go to Melora's Spire.
Valor Spire.
That was that lighthouse, right?
gorgeous lighthouse.
Yes. I do have to visit that on our way there. Or when we do get there, that is.
I mean, I too have to go visit a library of sorts. Maybe pick up some more magic ink. There never seems to be enough of that around in these parts. Ever.
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 No matter our errands and whatnot, we also need to keep an eye out for Dilyu.
Is it even safe to say his name out here?
Probably not.
Wait, who is that?
Don't worry about it. The less you know, the better.
Oh, wait, is that the guy we stole from?
No.
The
No.
less you know, the better.
Oh, no.
We'll tell you about it later.
Okay.
Though I think you were there for when we were talking about him last time. But again, we'll talk about it later, maybe. And of course,
Moonsick. Go ahead.
and of course, hopefully we'll catch up with Animo as well.
I wonder how he's doing. I could totally send to him right now if you'd like.
I think he'll be all right. We'll meet up with him.
All right then.
I believe that.
So a lot of you continue your path towards Nicodranus. Something in front of you catches your attention, Moonzik, with your perception check.
Yes.
You notice that there's something green forming up ahead at the intersection. Something off-putting. And as it kind of starts to swirl with some sort of magical arcane energy, the rest of you also begin to see a swirl of magic spinning spinning its way around.
I spy with my little eyes a big giant green swirly thing.
Yeah, I think we all
Yeah, I
see
think
that.
we all do.
Perhaps we shot.
And at that, you Moonzik see something coming out of the portal. It looks like the excuse me, my brain is slow. The purple and excuse me, not the purple. The tan hoods of the people who make their way out of the portal. The way that they almost are clouded in what appears like sand as it like spills out onto the path. You see what you are intimately familiar with as royal assassins emerging from the portal, making direct eye contact with you. One of them puts one of them takes a crossbow and aims it directly at your head. Unfortunately, mistiming of their arrival has not quite caught you off guard, as you roll me initiative.
Yeah.
16. Question: Royal assassins from like Nicodranas, Rexington, or whatever,
Nope.
or royal assassins from the Marquette Kingdom.
From Moncarel.
Yeah, the Marquette.
And Marquette,
Kingdom.
yeah.
Having the arrow fly past his head, Moonzik's immediately going to say, "Well, looks like diplomacy's out of the question then."
Let me just I'm actually, if it's Brian, we still need your initiative.
Right.
Why
Sorry.
not they?
They need my initiative.
You know what?
Okay.
No, we'll chill.
Okay. Seeing them appear and a crossbow aimed at his at Moonzik's head, and hearing his words, Soren, what do you do?
So we're on horseback, right?
You are on horseback.
Ooh. Yeah,
Ooh.
good call.
How
Combat,
far?
let's go.
How fast is horse? How fast horse?
How fast
50
horse?
feet.
How fast horse?
50 feet.
50 feet.
50 feet.
Ooh.
That'll
Yeah, and
be
half your movement and move
5,
another
6,
15
7.
feet on top of
So
that.
1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Could I get off my horse fast or no? Would that take an action?
I
Half
just
of
said
your
Half your
movement.
movement.
Half your
Then take
movement
half
to
my
get-
movement to hop off the horse.
Yep.
Yeah, or hop on.
Horseback
So if-
riding is good though.
If I
It
were
is
to
movement.
25. I'm sorry, I'm confused. So moving horse, hop off horse, that takes whatever's the left amount, right? And halves it for movement?
No.
Or is it
So
just
half
automatically
your,
half of
half
50?
your movement, half of
Yeah.
your movement. You are not your horse.
Oh,
Horse
yeah.
has
okay.
50. You have 30.
Don't get off your horse, you still have 30 feet movement. The moment you get off your horse, you can then move another 15 feet from a tile adjacent to the horse. So technically, you can get 20 feet away, right, from your
Cool.
horse. Max distance for a distance.
But you want to stay on your horse most
You want to stay on
times.
your horse, 'cause, you know.
Cool. I'm gonna
Horse-
put my token back to where it originally was then. Bonus action, starry form into Archer.
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 With his action, he's going to cast Guiding Bolt, second level.
Okay, which one?
He's gonna just aim for the very first,
Okay.
the very one in the front. Let me pull up my thing. That is a.
Wait, so Emily, we've short rested, right?
You've accomplished a short rest.
Yeah.
Not a long
Oh,
rest.
perfect.
Arcane recovery.
So I'm guessing a 13 does not hit,
No, it does not.
right? And then I believe that will be my turn because that's a bonus action, right?
Yeah, you still have an action, which you used on Guiding
Yep,
Bolt.
that'll be my turn.
Okay. Moonzik.
Not guiding bolt missed.
Yeah, I did miss.
He's going to trot forward a little bit. Actually, before he trots forward, he's going to look back again at the party. He's going to say, if we're able to, I want one of them alive. Then he's going to trot forward and pull out...
Feet.
Huh?
Then don't get within 30 feet.
Basically, we're gonna fireball them, and then Brian's gonna move one of them out.
Oh, I wasn't gonna fireball them at all.
I was gonna fireball them.
Moonzik trots forward a little bit, and he is going to aim at the one that fired at him, the one in front there, and he's going to fire his short bow at him.
Okay.
Normal, okay. Short bow. Oh!
That is a critical failure. Do you want to roll on the critical failure chart?
Yeah, that's...
Dex range.
That's a dexterity saving
Um,
throw, right?
Yep.
A glint appears over his shoulder.
Fuck off!
That's a 9.
Ooh, that's a 9.
I don't like that.
As you pull back your bow, you you hear the sickening just creak as the bowstring slips, and you notice the string just come fumbling off.
Oh, blast it! Of course.
You have to use an action to restring string the bow.
Bonus action?
He can bonus action to interact with an object, so technically, yes. If
Have
it
you ever
counts as-
tried to string a bow?
I'm going to say
It's
it's,
not
probably going to
supposed to
take
be.
a
It's
On the
full
run?
action.
This is fantasy.
Yeah,
What I'm going
but
to
it's
Man, like, you
specifically,
can
but it's
swing a
specifically
sword-
that it takes an action on the chart.
What I'd
Like,
like to
you
say
can swing a
instead
great
is
sword
I'd
5
like
times
to
easily.
trot over here with the horse, then get off here, then move 10 feet up here behind the tree.
Okay. So you're going to. Are you hiding? Bonus action hiding?
Yes.
Okay. You are on a raised platform up above. It goes up about 10 feet on the cliffside, and you are hiding behind the tree. I did want to let you know that their eyes are trained on you as their primary target. They do see into the direction where you went. Um, so, it is Brian's turn.
All right. Well, 3 assassins standing conspicuously next to each other. That we want one of them alive.
Hypnotic pattern.
Hypnotic pattern.
Yeah.
Please send that to chat.
Yep. And boom. I just want to place it directly over their heads.
Yep.
Okay.
You can see Brian's eyes go dark, and she whispers something in a speech even she doesn't recognize.
Oh.
Before, boom, that same eye of Ukatoa appears over them and stares them all into submission. Hopefully.
And that is a wisdom.
Unfortunately, I don't have low portents.
Failure.
It's
Oh,
fine.
yikes. Okay, well, one of them stand for the count.
Pass.
That one saved.
Meets and
Exactly.
beats. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
No one just passed.
I don't.
Holy shit.
You know,
Ooh.
if you personally ask me, I'm gonna say that one no longer meets it or beats it.
Well, no, it's an even roll, so no. That does
The
not how it
17.
happens. I understand, but you rolled an even number.
What?
No, this is I have to re-roll a number after a long rest. Since we short rested, it's still minus.
Okay, sorry, I guess I'm confused on how that works because we've not established
And
how that is.
can I use 3 points to turn the 17 into a 16?
Oh, 0 points. Under you.
Okay, so just to clarify, the wisdom, the nat 20, we're turning it. We're using
14
down to 14, and then you're using 3 hero points to turn the 17 to a
16.
16.
They
Okay,
all fail.
now they all fail.
Battle ended before it even started.
Well,
And then field save. Okay.
so let's tie him up.
Already on it. I'm gonna start, tying these guys up with rope.
Okay.
Yep.
They have a minute before they wake up. What else do you want to do with them? Not as a little precaution.
I'm gonna look to Moonzik. Your call. Do we attempt to execute them? Any of them?
If we can take
They're
that one that's
probably pretty
unconscious.
dangerous.
Oh wait, they're all unconscious?
Can I
Oh,
identify one? Can I identify any of them as spellcasters?
Right.
Looking for spell focuses.
They do not appear to be spellcasters. They appear to be royal assassins.
Can we, gag their mouth? Grab cloth or something?
I'm looking for magic items that could allow them out of this. Basically, anything that would make them dangerous
Give me
while
an
still tied up.
investigation check.
All right.
Can I strip them of their weapons, their bows, daggers, anything they have on them?
Everything and anything.
Yeah, just any weapons. And
And
all their
I'm-
bullets, basically.
Okay.
17.
With a 17 investigation check, you you find on this guy over here, there
I guess I'm up here now.
there appears to be a oh, okay.
As Moonzik makes its way down.
I'm sorry. I didn't expect us to go this way so quickly. But it is how it is. You pluck out of a pocket a completely solid gold lily.
Similar to the same rose that we have.
And but it does have several differences. One, you notice that they came through the portal with this in hand. And there also doesn't seem to be any changes of colors around the ends, the tips, like your rose.
Is that portal that came through still active?
It is still active.
Oh.
I send Cole through it and look through its eyes.
You're going what?
Can I
He
send
was
Cole
asking to send Cole through it.
Oh yeah. You. Who? Okay.
Oh boy.
Instant death.
You see you looking through Cole's eyes, flying in through the portal. You come into a very large chamber. It has this almost sandstone floor to it with these pillars of what appears to be metal, but it's almost transparent, that have some sort of like arcane or electrical energy flowing up into them and through them. And as Cole's eyes scan across the entire environment, I need Cole. What's Cole's AC?
Uh-oh.
Oh, it is not very good. I probably should have casted invisibility on him. It is I think it's a 10. No, it's a 12.
I have to.
Oh boy.
I guess this is going to be what it's going to be. I need to adjust that because I did not expect that yet, so it's fine. That's going to be a plus 12.
Uh-oh.
Ascario.
And it's gone. I probably should have casted invisibility.
And
no. No, it's dead.
it rolls.
Death.
Oh,
Well, it hit, but
2d.
How much damage?
3.
Yeah, it's dead.
Okay. Also, I should say, I guess like he's already dead, so it doesn't really matter. Never mind.
Poison.
Yeah. You see a bolt fly, landing dead center in Cole's eyes. He disappears.
All right.
damn it.
Oh,
Well-
they got Cole.
Um,
Have we
and-
closed this? Dispel magic? Do we have dispel magic?
Yes, we do.
Close the portal now, if you can.
Dispel magic.
I need you to roll.
Port and dice.
Okay. What number?
18.
18 plus.
4. 22.
Okay. You see the portal, you see almost like as if a hand is reaching out through to grab onto the one of the assassins' backs, as it is just suddenly yanked back and the portal dissipates.
Is it like a hand chopped off on the ground?
No.
Nope, it got
Probably
yanked.
pulled it back right before that happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're tied up now, right?
They
Yep.
are tied up.
They're tied up.
I should probably mark that, huh?
How much of the minute is left? Sandstone floors, giant translucent metal pillars, channeling some sort of arcane or electrical energy. Does this scenery sound familiar to you? Is this like a chamber from where you're from?
Do I
Maybe in your
recognize a
palace?
specific chamber?
You do. It is. It appears to be the. It sounds like one of the Royal Guards training facilities. You have several of these all throughout
The city.
the city, but this one with the arcane energies that he was describing makes it sound like it is particularly the royal one centered inside of the castle.
It's a training hall for the Royal Guard.
I don't suppose they put your head as the final exam of their initiation test of some sort.
Well, we can say that
This is
they.
anything like what we have. That was a valuable resource they just lost on this attempt.
And he's going to turn back into his normal form. It pains me to say it, but if they got a good look at you, I'm afraid to say that you may now be enemies of Ankarel.
I don't know if anybody got a good look at us. Unless somebody was watching through their eyes.
Also,
I don't suppose we plan on letting this folk escape.
No. I got this. I'm going to cast Silent Image, and I'm going to center it around the center of these guys here. Right? So 3x3 grid that
They totally saw
encloses
us.
all of them. Right? And then, the silent image will be a giant, opaque dome. It's just an opaque dome so that we can speak to them outside, but they can't speak to us. Sorry, they can speak to us and we can speak to them, but they can't see us, right?
Okay.
And then obviously everyone here knows it's an illusion, so we automatically pass the investigation check against the spell's DC, and we can see through the illusion. They can't see through us.
Okay.
Which means Brian should probably step out.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay. As a minute passes, they wake up from their stupor tied into bonds. You see them rousing.
Good morning. Or should I say good afternoon? Or maybe it's good evening.
We have a few questions as to why you just randomly attacked us in the middle of the road after stepping out of a portal. Care to explain your aggression and flagrant breaking of Sovis Concord law?
You see that there's glances between them as the one you had pulled the lily off of gives a nod of the head to the other two.
You
The
are
one to
on
the
foreign soil.
the one to the left, uh, with a big sigh, dies
Dies?
one after the other.
Mm.
Dies one after the other. Dies.
Damn it.
Should have seen that one coming.
Should have thrown a detect thoughts up.
I don't know how many spells we could have thrown up. I wouldn't have done anything. Except for
No,
maybe
we
charm
could have
person.
cured we
You
could have
see-
cured poison.
You see, they're unconscious. Well, not unconscious. Their bodies laying on the ground. Foam starts to come out of their mouths.
Suicide rather than be interrogated. Well,
Anyone
we
who
have a little
would-
bit more time. We can roll them for anything else they have. See whether anything identifiable is on them. Although,
I mean, I'll
let's
take
be
the
honest,
the lily.
there's not.
I can identify the lily. I'm sure that has some sort of arcane significance beyond a decor piece.
I'd like to look at the
Um,
daggers that they had on them.
I'll pass him the daggers I've confiscated.
As he switches back to the guise of Cheem. Actually, no, he doesn't. Well, seeing as they shot right at my old man form, I assume that's not going to be of any use anymore.
Yeah, seems a known identity.
Damn it.
I don't know where you even slipped up. Unless...
Fair then.
Or do you think Cheem is marked for entirely different reasons?
That's entirely possible as well. Which, if
I
that's
mean,
the
Phelan...
circumstance, I should avoid that disguise altogether now.
You shut your window.
So, no more Cheem Liem. He's officially dead. Oh well. I've got other ones. Well, figure it out. However, if they knew that this old man... If they knew that the old man form was a disguise for myself, I imagine they probably know the party members that he's traveling with. I imagine they probably know you all.
I wouldn't rule that out from the possibility of happening.
So again, I deeply apologize. You may be enemies of my home country. But then again, so am I, so... Damn. Ty couldn't give me any kind of heads up about this, huh?
I hope he's alright.
She, actually.
My apologies.
I'm sure she's fine. It's been some time since she's contacted me, but that's not out of the ordinary. I'm sure
You
she's
know,
probably been busy with things and probably wasn't kept abreast of such information.
I just had a thought. Perhaps you should keep Cheem Liam. Just for a little bit.
We want to draw them out.
Not only that, but, I'm not saying walk around as him, but you do have a writ of law enforcement under that name, yes?
That is true.
A foreign country just essentially attempted to assassinate a keeper of law in the Clovis Concord.
You're right on that. Perhaps... I don't like the pretense that has. It could...
Are you implying we pit an entire country against
I'm
his
saying
own-
if we're intending on returning the people that were once under Moonsick's care to the rightful hands of their crown prince for their own benefit, it wouldn't hurt to have political tensions causing
as a
issue with the
deterrent for
current
the-
king.
Well, the thing is that I was going to ask who the current king is. which
Well, that should be simple enough. Do they have any money on them at all?
In your investigation check, did not appear to be any money. They are trained assassins who, yeah,
Not even enough to like get a hotel if they need to wait out and stock fry.
they had a
I
lily.
don't
They
think.
were able to teleport
I'm
back.
assuming they were just able to
That's
teleport
fair.
back.
Okay.
They were trained assassins, and they had this moment of opportunity to take my life.
There's a fucking poor job of it, don't you think?
Of course, but damn it. So many questions. I hope Ty's okay, and if she is, I hope she gets back to me soon.
Well, only one of these bodies would be proof enough for the Clovis Concord.
We're gonna drag dead bodies back with us?
Well, have me a day out. We would bring one, say there were two more like it, that we gave a proper burial. Attempted to assassinate us on the road. Show your
I-
writ of law enforcement?
I don't agree with that. I don't think it's justified if we drag a dead body along with us, especially because we're going.
Not saying
got
to drag it
trained.
along the ground. I'm
Including
saying to
You're
Gentle
forgetting.
repose it and bring it as evidence to the Clovis Concord. I'm sure it will cause a stir at the gates, but you talk to the guard at the gates, you tell them what happened. They'll bring us straight to the
Something like this for
offices.
assassins to come straight on the soil without passing through Port de Mali first. It's it's breaking protocol. I'm sure there's probably some law that they've broken.
Quite a few, probably.
As a person who actually studied law for like a good period of the first arc, how many laws have they?
Motherfucker!
How many international and national laws have they broken?
Well,
History check.
murder is a bad thing. Assassination is a bad thing.
Oh, you're
Um,
name one law. Don't
and
murder.
that, as far as you know, is the only law that they've broken.
Really, the foreign country, like, there's not an extra charge for attacking a officer of the peace, or
Definitely, that makes sense. Definitely not going to territory I don't know anything about.
fair enough.
So basically, just attempted like murder.
Attempted murder, attacking a foreign. Yeah, there's a laundry list of actual charges that make sense.
But none that we can put a name right now.
I
Yes.
mean, not that I can't. Yeah,
Yeah.
I can. That shit, I pre-plan. Like, didn't pre-plan for this case.
Well, in either case, I, of course, I'm not going to drag a body on the ground, but I do think giving
Including
two
this.
of them a proper burial and then bringing the third one with us to Nicodranus and saying that they were assassins from Ankarel, it might create some political tensions, but this is something that should be brought up to them. Personal reasons or not.
The one who had the rose was the first one to kill himself while instructing the others to do so. You know,
Technically, he wasn't the first, but basically, it
He
looked as if
instructed.
he instructed, and it looked like he had stayed. And he had waited until they had completed their task.
Mm-hmm.
yes. Okay. Do we bring that one in? I suppose he's the one most implicated in all of this. The other two should get their
Sure.
proper burial.
That makes that easy. Brian's gonna start diggy hole.
Okay.
diggy hole.
Upon finishing all the diggy holes, and burying the bodies, Soren's gonna plant some flowers on top of the graves
Okay.
and cast Druidcraft to make sure they grow nicely.
Wonderful.
Edward is going to now ritual cast floating disc, and after that's done, he's gonna plop the body on. What say we get this gilded lily identified?
God fucking damn it, Waffle.
What happened?
When
I'm
you
sorry?
begin to
The
identify,
Wildemount chat.
when you begin to um to cast identify on the lily, couple things come out immediately.
Splitting headache.
One, this is different than yours. This feels like a knockoff copy. Something that would be mass produced. Something that only has one use.
Oh no. Oh no.
And yeah, that's it.
So the lily is a one-time use.
It particularly for with your identify, you would, seeing as how this is again a knockoff copy of your flower, you think that it would just, under the sheer weight of bringing that kind of teleportation, it would disintegrate.
Well, essentially, what we know is that they probably have the real thing and that they can produce these portals, bring one of these reproduced lilies. On the other hand, if this lily is pre-programmed to go to their base, Brian's going to put it away in the bag of holding and go,
Are you implying there's a way to reverse engineer the coordinates of its location that it was
if it
sent?
can be mass produced, even if we couldn't, I'm wondering if this would still send us back to where they would be going.
Probably, but I also don't enjoy the fact that they're able to make a lot of these and then also almost pinpoint our coordinates or pinpoint our location.
I think we might have sent a pretty quick message there. They portaled in, immediately got destroyed. And we now have the flower. We could strike back at any moment.
But given that, they're probably going to be on edge and they're probably going to be patrolling that. Well, I don't know
Exactly.
if it's going to be the same room, but they're.
Exactly. They will be incredibly on edge. They will have to have somebody standing guard there every time. And given how quickly we did that, they have no idea of our current abilities beyond that we are much stronger.
Much stronger than they anticipated.
Right.
But that just means they're going to ramp up their training.
Of course. But that buys us time.
Fair enough.
And as much as I think that the fact that they portaled right in front of us was scary, I don't actually think that that means they knew where we were, more than they knew where we were going. If they knew where we were, they'd have teleported behind us, or off the path a little bit.
If they knew where we were going, where did they pick it up?
That's the scarier question.
Do they know we're going to
Insight check on
Nicodranus,
the
or do
whole
they know
party.
we're going to Allfield? Allfield.
Insight check on the whole party.
Okay.
Music's heart drops. At
Insight check on Nahiri specifically.
Okay.
16.
You let's see, roll that insight.
and anyone that looks
16.
at music
With a
right
6,
now can see that his hands are shaking.
What are you worried about?
On Nahiri.
I'm worried.
the ins
I'm worried that they
the
know that we're
insight.
going to Allfield.
Yep, just a touch of paranoia.
You see, Nahiri clearly looks very concerned, as she doesn't appear to be hiding anything. In fact, she's not disguising her emotions at all. She is extraordinarily worried and looking at Windchime, and with the mention of Allfield, she mutters under her breath, um, just, oh shit.
Well, who else could have known that we were headed towards Alfield?
That would be
Did we tell anybody back at Broken Bank?
the crew of the Wave Chaser. But I trust them.
Our compatriots in Firewatch Island, and I trust them.
Trust them. Do I trust the crew of the Wave Chaser to not get drunk? We don't have to be knowingly betrayed.
The only other person I can think of is Dardek, but
You wouldn't know.
I wouldn't know, and I don't think he would do that.
I mean, if he would, you would have been dead a long time ago.
Maybe, maybe not.
If Dardek knew. If Dardek was the one who tipped them off, we have bigger problems. I don't think it was Dardek. He'd be hard to get to. It's much more likely that the crew of the Wave Chaser talked to somebody while drunk about the Legati Company, because we are public figures. What is the Legati Company doing? They're going to Offfield to help out with something. We told them this. It's an innocent enough question. I wouldn't even blame them for saying something.
How would they be able to correlate the fact that Sheen from the Legati Company was even who he is?
And even if they could trace that back, I don't know if they know the name Moonzik. As far as I know, the only name that they know is Zaya.
Let's get moving. We'll continue talking about this. We
Lily,
don't want to stay in the same place.
Lily, did you plan on having Windchime cast Gentle Repose?
Let me check if I can. I don't have it prepared.
It's okay. Right here, we're going to end tonight's session and pick back up next week.
Okay.
Before we do, can I ritual cast Find Familiar again? so I don't forget.
We gotta talk about that, so no.
I'm actually legitimately
No?
shaking.
Cool.
Thank you all so much for watching this video. For those of you on YouTube, use the Kickstart link in the description below or on my YouTube channel to go and look at Sky Zephyrs. Definitely something you should look at for vehicle combat and swashbuckling and all that good stuff. Otherwise, drop a like if you like this video. Leave a comment if you have any feedback, positive or critical. Drop a subscription if you want to get alerts about content that I upload to YouTube. We now have 2 sessions of Crypt of the Forgotten Priest in the books. Hopefully, within a couple more sessions, we'll have everything ended off, and Animal will be with us, right as rain, and no questions will be had about his well-being. Otherwise, I am also planning to... I'm putting together the 3rd funny compilation for the Wilds of Wildemount, so that'll be coming out in the near future. Otherwise, you should also use my link in the description to go to my Twitch channel, follow me there, and get updates to when I go live with the Wilds of Wildemount. Otherwise, just reach out and spread the word to your friends. If they like D&D content, drop my name. I'm always happy to have a larger audience. Otherwise, with that, we'll see you in the next video. Have a good night.